Hey guys, welcome back. I know this video is coming out late, but I wanted to take as much time as I can and move on a steady pace so that I can validate my viewpoints, validate my research. In the last part, we left off with a little bit of understanding and researching the domain of what I'm actually thinking and what like an initial start to it. And in this video, you're going to see how much research I have done, and I've collected this all into a kind of mind map so I can present to you it in a systematic order. I talk to individuals within my own circle, with my senior peers within Reddit communities, and I've gotten a lot of insights I'm going to share with you. So stay tuned. And I must say that this journey is not so easy as people show it because you have to validate a lot of points. You have to do on ground surveys. You can take a lot of time just actually validating your idea. And sometimes, after doing so much research, you find out that this has already been implemented, this has already been done for. So you get into a rabbit hole of self doubting your capabilities. So I would only say from my experiences, just get started. No matter what, in the end, if you have something good, you will make it work. Simple as that. Of course, on ground survey will tell you the harsh reality and the truth that how much you are thinking it is valuable to what ratio it is actually valuable in that industry. So let's get right into it. So this is the whole plan, or you can say the research which I have curated. And before that, let us go back. And this was problem research and then domain analysis. So this whole point will be covered in this, even the idea analysis and the breakdown. And then we move on to the idea validation part. These whole 4 points are clubbed together to make actually your domain research, market validation, and analysis. So let us go and see what I have collected. So first off, let's start with our first point. What is VC market? Is a dynamic and rapidly evolving sector that plays a crucial role in funding startups and fostering innovation. So I've collected some insights from different networks and blog posts and reliable articles, and I found them quite useful, and I validated them with my senior peers that so that I can get a real data and validated data to use into my reports. So according to US VC market cap, it is projected to go $1.30 trillion by 2024 as of now, and a CGAR of 8.25%. So it will be growing rapidly. These numbers are yet estimated because no one can just go to an exact point. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, $1.94 trillion by 2029. In just next 7 years, it is going to be $1.94 trillion. Each year, approximately 1,000 to 1,500 new VC firms are established. It means there are so many new VC firms that are continuously and consistently getting established, getting funded to start their own VC firm, but yet they are not able to reach their correct startup thesis, correct ideation startups that are suitable to their thesis, and startups as vice versa are not able to reach them because they do not know about them. And some of them are not fitting to the thesis according to the startup's problem statement. So it is a still very wide gap that we need to cover and we need to cater to. First, we understood that because of this, there will be an approachability problem because communication will be a indicator or a crucial key point that establishes a relationship between a VC and a startup. Even it is a first meeting, a first viewpoint meeting in which they just tell about brief up about their vision or idea, but that is a deciding factor in which you actually try to give an elevator pitch. So this number can fluctuate based on economic conditions and market opportunities. Yes, of course. Estimated to be in the range of 60 to 80% do not receive VC funding due to various factors, including poor communication channels between founders and investors, as I mentioned. Most of the startups are left stranded or overlooked because they lack connection, network, or visibility. Even though they get inside a network, it there are very few chances that the network is actually suitable according to their startup or their vision, and it is the right network in which they want to get into to attract right amount of investors or a right investor. Even if they are able to attract one investor, that one key investor will give them access to an actually suitable and right network that can mentor that startup. there are so many platforms, so many communities, yet still it lacks. Approximately 70% of the startups report difficulties in finding suitable investors due to mismatched expenditure or lack of networking opportunity. 50% of startups that seek mentorship do not find suitable matches within the VC community. And this is the statement given to me by my own senior peers, that when they were going through their own startup journey, they participated in so many networking events, they participated in so many communities, they even admitted themselves into paid VC communities. But still, they lack that communication and access to the right suitable network because there is so much chaos that no one listens to everyone, and they are not ready to actually sit and validate that is this the right startup for me or is this the right VC for me. Yes, from a founder's point of view, you have to do that because this is the hard way. It has to be, it is supposed to be hard. So that I understand. But because of this wide gap, there are still so many VCs that are looking out for their suitable startups, but yet cannot reach them. And because of limited communication channels, people or startup founders, even a community or a team of startup are not able to reach out to them because of this lackness. So then communication and network gap. How I found actually the communication gaps. There are basically three gaps in the industry which we need to cater. If we are able to cater one gap and we do it phenomenally, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, then maybe we will be able to start off with somewhere as a starting point. So there are visibility gaps. Many promising startups lack visibility among potential investors due to inadequate marketing or networking effects. Marketing is whole another scenario because they cannot distribute their idea into a good suitable network. They lack the visibility or the right amount of visibility that they are supposed to get from a right VC, whether it is in Twitter circle, whether it is through Reddit, social media channels, publicizing, word of mouth, whatever it is. Due to inadequate networking and distribution efforts, because they do not have proper systemized channels or a platform through which they can actually control their distribution of their idea and reaching out to or approachability. So because of that, they lack this visibility, and so the visibility gap. Then expectation gap. Startups and investors, both according to their own thesis, have certain kind of expectancy from each other, but still, because of disalignment of goals, disalignment of their thesis or funding amounts, they do not reach the decided key point, or you can say sometimes startups are not willing to enter into a trade with VC because it is not suitable or their thesis is not suitable to them because of the VC. Or sometimes VC do not get enough quote or enough provided value from the startups according to their own mindset or according to their own startup thesis that they are willing to provide. So somewhere or the other, we need to maintain a balance of this expectation from both the sides. And I understand this is a little bit hard to cater because every VC have a different mindset and every startup has a different mindset. So we need to find a solution that caters this gap. Even if by 1% we can fill up this gap by devising a solution so that, or like a score or a model in which they can actually fill up their credentials and seek how much this VC is willing to provide to me and how much this startup is suitable according to my thesis, then I think they would be more willing to go into trade with each other and things will become more smooth. Startups may not fully understand what VCs look for in terms of business models, traction, scalability, leading to an unsuccessful pitches. So we need to cater this gap as there are so many communities, so many one-on-one sessions happening around the world for team management and hiring, for idea validation and marketing, for GTM strategy, for GTM archetypes, how to do on-ground surveys. And there is so much knowledge, so many communities, AI furnaces and stuff. But still, there is not a particular source or a platform in which they go, okay, they buy courses through different platforms, they sit with different peers in their social network and they learn from them, because learning from that experienced person is what makes us grow through their mistakes and through our mistakes. So we need to find a solution that can fill this gap by a little bit because this is already a filled gap and there is so much more that has already been said and done to fill up this gap so that startups can actually prepare good pitches and good distribution network so they can go and fill up their both rest visibility and expectation gap. So we need to get startups on board to literate them in a right way, in a right manner with the right startup folks and communities so that they can actually get right amount of knowledge. I was talking to my own peers and they guided me to make this pitch or a mind map in a way that step by step it tells a story. So it is more about telling a story of your vision rather than just pointing out to fluff points and stuff and whatnot in technical jargons. That is the point. So we need to have that expertise of an on-ground person that has done that and who knows actually the right way. If, for example, you have seen a pitch deck of Dropbox, the very first pitch deck shows what is their solution and what is the problem you are facing as an user of Dropbox. You were facing before using Dropbox. I will link the presentation link of Dropbox in the description below. You can go through it as a template. You can also keep it. It is a very phenomenal template that you can use actually to prepare your pitch decks in the future. Then what are the solutions? Visible is an investor relationship platform. Existing solutions that are there. Visible is a 2015 established relationship platform that helps startup manage their fundraising process. Basically, an investor relations company is is established so that they can manage a relationship between startups and investors. So this is our one key point that through our platform we can provide data or we can provide some kind of solution to investor relation companies so they can actually use it as their own data and cater to those startup and investors. And with their partnership, we can actually form a revenue model in turn. So this is basically for later part, but this is something which clicked into my mind when I was going through this. Then Green focuses on data aggression and analysis, enabling startups to present their metrics and progress to potential investors in a compelling way. Going VC provides resources and training for startups for better understand what VCs expect regarding business model structure. So this is a solution which is already there. So it means there is a problem and a gap that needs to be filled monetarily in a way that it becomes seamless for startups and VC to go through the whole process. Launch Africa is a pan-African VC that did not only invest but also educate startups on aligning the expectations what investors can provide. Antler India and Antler International is a global startup conglomerate. Yes, you know that it provides mentorship and guidance to the founders that help startups understand market dynamics and investor expectations. So far, I have researched that Antler is the very best that actually leading the knowledge gap industry and providing up to 500k thousand sorry 500 grand in USD for startups at early stage or pre-seed stage so they can actually scale and build their product and get into the market. This is one thing. You can just go onto the Antlers website and you can check them out. So on Product Hunt, I got OpenVC, AngelList, VC Shade, VC Rank, AI powered VC sheet. These are just database based Excel sheets in which there are certain filters and AI is implemented on them so that they can actually filter out VCs according to their status or their description or their seed rounds or their portfolio ranking stuff and stuff. So far, this is the distribution or these are the solution in a form of SaaS platform that are available. One good actually I found was Razor AI as we saw in our last video that these people are actually creating some kind of community to actually focus on this problem. Now, let's go to a story. This is a real story which I got. Hi everyone, I want to share a side project that my co-founder and I've been pouring our hearts into Seed Hustle. We were looking for VC for our startups and started to understand how ridiculous it is to find the right VC. Endless scrolling on Twitter and LinkedIn on the VC still don't. I'm making seedhustle.ai with my co-founder. You put what your company does and you can read all your story here. We are all founders ourselves and have been working on AI products for a while. Curious about do you have the VC email when reaching out? Do you find anything confusing or unclear? I'm eager to get you out my own bubble and hear what you own thinks. When we visit on this website, you will see that this is a pretty basic landing page giving an early access. They are not actually showcasing. What I think is this. It is a chat console in which it searches through the whole query points and filters out VCs according to the chat-based solution. So this is a very basic implementation, but yet very powerful in a form of SaaS process. Match clarity, AI precision profiling, in-depth fund information, versatile contacts. So I'm not affiliated to them. If you want to use it, you can. I'm not against any platform. This is just my research and I found this very beautiful platform. So I'm showing it to you guys. And some of our Reddit questions. Okay. Why would you need AI for this? These are very interesting questions that nothing a simple Excel sheet couldn't solve. VC names, invested markets, invested business and model preference, average investments. That's basically all you need. I know AI is the new blockchain buzzword, but similar to blockchain, I don't understand why you would need AI to come up with a matching VCs. In country XYZ, my business model is SaaS, my market is medical finance, blah blah blah. I'm trade revenue searching for 250K. So I'll just go set filters, do Google queries, do Google Map, go to Angel List product, and I will get my answer. So why? My answer is using AI helps with precision search with extremely low additional research effort from your side. For example, you are making wellness game targeting females. You can make a filter looking for game VC, female VC, wellness media, etc. Suppose that you can have such a reliable filter, you are still gonna be smaller things such as Gen Z VC, LGBTQ VC, VC that is agnostic but want to exact same college. So Seed Hustle uses AI to pass through data and looks for all the keywords and the some more in one shot and give you an entire created. So it is basically working on whole query based key terms search, and it goes through all the queries. Then it creates some additional queries pertaining to those queries on more detailed level, and then it accumulates or assimilates the whole query structure, and then it puts into the input for the filtration system to query out and give you the desired output result. That is a very actually an efficient way, and I'm glad that somebody is trying to do something. And this is basically some of community based solutions: startup, Mesa School, Techstars, and Masters Union. You can check them out. These are very phenomenal community based platforms, or I can say solutions. Masters Union and Startup and Mesa Schools you have already heard about. Techstars is a global accelerator and mentorship company or a VC fund that organizes different events, different Techstars event actually, in which you can get funding to up to $1 million in a single pre-seed round. So when I found out and done my calculation, these are my metrics. The target market includes startups looking for funding and guidance because our key point is to get them literate and provide them the best resources and a platform to close down this communication and approachability wala gap that match their investment thesis. So as of June 30, 2024, there are 1,40,803 recognized startups in India, only in India according to DPIIT. There are approximately 3,000 active VC firms in India, and we don't know. I actually found this number on the directory itself, and still we lack so much approachability and so much visibility in India itself to these VC firms, because these VC firms do not know about the right startup they want to invest in, and the startups do not know about the right VC in India alone to get them. Average spending per startup estimated at 10,000 annually for service related to pitch preparation and networking. Right now, the admission fees for community access by most of the leading startup networking communities is around 8K to 12K on paper. So you can imagine how much these guys are charging and making a business out of it. So much huge opportunity, and still it is growing through platforms like Build Space, Masters Union in a pure college institutional model. Average spending per VC is 50,000 rupees annually for scouting and due diligence. If you go into USD, it is approximately 30K to 50K on a priced equity round that the lawyers and the VC firms take a cut from, or take this cut so that they can you can say compensate themselves for that priced equity round. So 1.558 billion, that is TAM, actually our pura market for India alone, assuming we can actually realistically target about 20% of startups and 30% of VCs based on your outreach capabilities. Then service addressable market, as you can see, that segment of the TAM targeted by your product or services that is within your reach is 326 million. So if we cut it down and we just focus on 5 to 10%, then we can actually try to reach a 32 million market, 32.66 million market. Are you understanding it? This is a huge opportunity for us, and we can fill this whole networking and approachability gap and make a valuable product. Now I can show you what my peers said. I actually talked to them, and I will show you some of their sayings, what they had to say about this whole idea. Okay, cool. If you see, you can read it. I'm reading it. Hey man, it is going good. I'm doing market research to find out industry gaps, and I've come to know that there are so many solutions and community platforms still. Large chunk of businesses are not able to get in touch with right investors. So let me know. Hey man, while researching, I found out that many investors, incubators, accelerators, and VC do not have proper communication channels. They do not allow you to reach out to them directly via Twitter or LinkedIn. So if there would have been a method where you would access to multi-channel communication sort of thing, would have helped you in your journey, your POV. And this is the response they have given to me. If you people are able to see, some respond by emails, other have forms, they want you to fill it out. By the way, thanks Kai for helping me. And I really appreciate you helping me out of your way to actually get me some good on ground insights. So, okay, if you as a startup or a business have access to channel through which you can chat with analysts and VC reps directly, not just only through the conventional available channels, but also on a live access chat like we do on a live support, would that help in boosting the funding cycle? So he said that would be helpful. Actually, it would boost your funding cycle because you are directly getting access to their circle through online platform. So in this way, we can actually niche down and we can now narrow down our can start building and move on according to that. This is whole plan, and I hope this would have been helpful for you. And I'm so thankful that you guys supported me in the last video so much. And I'm just losing my words from my mouth. Just keep supporting and all the just keep getting the loop going on, and all feedbacks, all suggestions would be helpful. I would appreciate all the POVs I can get on this, and just tell me what insights you have, how's been your journey in the comments below, or just post it on my Insta channel or tag me in a story on your Instagram and I will repost it sharing these have been the journeys throughout of different people, and just let's create a sort of community out of it so that we can actually help some startups and businesses to get real visibility through the journey. Till then, keep hustling. Bye bye. Hey, wait. I have a surprise for you guys. So, there is a hidden surprise on a website for which the link is in the description below. It is my portfolio website, which is now live, and there is a hidden surprise for you guys. But there is a catch. The catch is that the surprise is on a hidden page. So you have to first find that hidden page. On that, you will find a hidden gift for you guys. So, till then, bye bye.